Hi, good evening everyone. So once again, welcome to this daily live session of Unacademy CAT. My name is Ronak Shah and today we have team from TISS ODCL course and they are going to guide you for your last moment strategy. So if I'm audible, quickly show me a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can get going. Yes, good to see all of you. Quickly show me a thumbs up if we are audible. Everyone? Yes, I can see many aspirants here. Okay, guys, are we audible? Yeah, great. So I think we have got the confirmation. Right. So once again, very good evening. And we have today students of TISS ODCL course, and all of them had cracked, TISSNet and TISSMAT exam with flying colors. So yeah, they are going to guide you for this particular exam and they'll help you excel in this. So let me introduce the team. So we have Mr. Omkar, we have Mr. Nikhil, and we have Ms. Pratiksha. Hi team, how are you?
Hi,
Thank you, Ronak.
In fact, thanks for joining us and thanks for guiding all the viewers of Unacademy CAT and of course many other viewers across the country, because TISS is one of the prominent exam and TISS is one of the prominent college in the country. So there are so many aspirants, they are now just fine-tuning their preparation. So your last moment inputs would really help them in achieving their scores. So I think 70 plus should we set that as the target? Omkar, what do you suggest?
My personal strategy was to aim for more than 80 and then get where we want to. But on a realistic side, if you want to say, I think 70 plus is a good score.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me quickly brief all our viewers about the agenda for this session. So initially the team will guide you about the last moment strategy, and then there is going to be a question answer round where we'll display certain previous year TISSNet questions, and you will get about 30 to 40 seconds time to answer that question, because as you know, TISS exam is all about speed. Okay, the level of difficulty is really not that great high, but then you will find varieties of questions and you will have to quickly tackle those questions, whether it's GK or quant or reasoning or verbal. So are you all ready, guys? Can you quickly show thumbs up, everyone? Okay, so we have Ronit Jain here. He's asking how much did you score? So Omkar and Nikhil and Pratiksha, if you can just mention your score during your time, and if you can just give your brief background also to all our viewers. Starting with you, Omkar. Yeah, you are on mute, Omkar. Right.
Yeah. So for me, I have already done one master's in psychology. After that, I have an experience of about 3.5 years, and then I gave the TISSNet, got into TISS MAODCL. My score was 73.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. How about you, Nikhil?
I did a BTech in computer science, and thereafter I worked as a consultant with Allstate Insurance for 3 years.
Okay.
And then I had TISS, and my score was 67.
67. Okay. Right. How about you, Pratiksha?
Yeah, so I am a mechanical engineer. I graduated in mechanical engineering, and then I joined Maruti Suzuki in supply chain management. I have an experience of 5 years with Maruti, and then in order to broaden my horizons, I joined TISS ODCL course. And my score in TISSNet was 73, and in TISSMAT it was 29.5.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so Pratiksha, there is one question, if you can help. There is one viewer, Abhishek Jain. He's asking specifically which topic should they focus. He has mentioned certain topics like for GK part. So history, polity, geography and science. So are this topic really important? Should they focus on these topics?
So Ronak, as we all know that GK has majorly two parts, like static and current. And the GK questions can be from any of the subjects, maybe polity or history or geography. So we cannot just emphasize on one particular topic. We have to have a holistic idea in order to get good scores in GK.
Right. A viewer is asking a safe score for MA HRM. Omkar, any views on MA HRM safe score?
So at actually how it works is that there are multiple cutoffs, and to be honest, they don't show the overall cutoff in any particular course to all the participants. That is, when you get your scorecard, you will get to know only your category related to the cutoff for your category. You will get to know. You won't get to know all the cutoffs of all the various categories.
Correct. Okay. And there is
but I think if you are above 73 to 75, I think it is a good score, but really can't comment.
So guys, if you are talking about a safe score, I think 75 plus will be the safe score, for a general category candidate. Yeah,
and I would also like to point out TISS is also a little volatile that way, because I have seen in my when I was observing 2 years before me, I think the score had suddenly gone very high to 82 or something. So it depends.
Okay.
So I wouldn't recommend to assume a safe score and only attack that.
Anyways, there is no negative marking. All the viewers, you understand, and I'm sure most of you must have practiced sufficient mocks. So you will just have to give your best shot. You can't change, right? I mean, even if you want to score 80, but then if you are able to score answer only 70 questions correctly, then it's not going to go on, right? And you are not going to leave any of the question. Isn't that true, Pratiksha?
So basically, there is no negative marking in TISS NET, but there is negative marking in TISS MAT.
Okay.
So we have to be aware of that fact, and also the competition is very high. So in case you go for a run and attempt be adventurous while attempting questions, that wouldn't help you to that extent. So I think preparing well during the last few days would help an aspirant really well to achieve a good score.
Yeah, so there is one more question, very interesting question that is coming up. All the IIMs and all other top-notch B schools, they are expanding and they are increasing their seats. Why TISSNET is reducing their seats?
Increasing? Sorry, we didn't get that part.
So a user is saying why TISSNET is decreasing intake seats this year.
Oh, TISSNET is decreasing. So I think part of that answer lies in the TISS. So the part of that answer lies in the administrative challenges, because TISS is in the heart of Mumbai. It is in a very prime area of Mumbai for a size of that institution. So one reason could be from there, and the other reason is also because they keep on. So TISS is not just 2 courses or 3 courses; it is 53 courses.
Oh.
So they keep on, there is a lot of changes, because when you have 53 courses versus you have only 4 courses or 5 courses or 10 courses, there is a lot of scope of changes in the intakes, as well as the fine tuning of the course based on the response. They have certain objectives that need to be met. So if those objectives are getting met or not, and if they are getting met, what is the configuration that they are most optimum at? So these are the 2 main reasons. But to be honest, this only a very senior person from TISS, the registrars or director could be able to answer.
Right. So now many users are particularly asking questions about GK. So yeah, I don't know whether you are tracking the chat or not, but in the chat box I can see they are asking, can you just help us, what is the weightage of the current affairs versus static GK? If any of you can help us. Nikhil, what is your take on this? Should they of course they need to focus on both. But then what is the weightage? Is it 50-50 or it is 40-60? What is your view on that?
So basically, we don't follow any particular, trend where we predict that exactly they will ask 50-50 from static or dynamic. It could be like 20 to 22 questions from dynamic. At the same time, in next year, you may expect more questions from static GK. But definitely, I can talk a bit about how to go about preparation of GK at the last minute.
Okay.
Because when you look at GK as a subject for TISSNET, it's a vast subject, and definitely 1 week is not time where we can cover everything. So my advice would be, what we can do here is we can prepare what exactly the Pareto principle says, that we can focus on those 20% of things which will give us 80% of benefit or result. So now question arises, what are those 20% things which we can cover at last minute, like as far as GK is concerned. So I will address what those 20% would be from my experience, and also like from the last year question papers of TISS. So basically when we talk about static GK, so my advice would be, you cover a couple of topics like when it comes to history, Indian freedom struggle. So every year, we have 2 to 3 questions. And by saying Indian freedom struggle, I mean, the time period of 1857, when Sipahi Mutiny took place, till 1947, when we got independence. So you cover most of the.
So Nikhil, let me just reiterate. Let me just reiterate. As mentioned by Nikhil, if you are talking about static GK, you should focus on Indian freedom movement, right? The topics related or the areas of Indian freedom movement, particularly for the period 1857 to 1947. This is what you are talking about. That would be helpful. Once again, see, Nikhil is not saying that okay, you will find 5 questions based on that. It is a suggestion. So please take it. Please put your own due diligence, because it's a volatile thing. It may change, right? Yeah, go ahead, Nikhil.
So it's a general trend, what I'm talking about, basically what you should do in last 1 week. So second part, I would say like quality. Basically it's very easy part, it's an easy case to pick. And every year, general trend is 3 to 4 questions we see from quality. Okay. So I would advise like give 1 to 2 hours every day this week to quality. Then there are a couple of topics like, computer awareness. So in general trend, like in last few years, they are asking questions like, when I applied for TISS, I had a question like, what is the full form of HTML? So these type of questions, just if you give 2 hours, it's sufficient that you can score those 1 marks very easily. At the same time, when you talk about geography, so there are few questions like national parks, a few questions about rivers. They mostly target questions which are based on locations. So they give you some country or some state, and then they ask you what are the neighboring states, or they can give you some place and they can ask you which is the nearest place from there. So questions like that. At the same time, this being a social science institute, they have questions from, which are from environment and ecology. So they ask you questions on about gases, like, or at the same time they also ask questions on social religious movement or social economic theories like, drain out wealth, things like that. So that's all about static GK. Coming to dynamic GK. So basically, I would advise last 1 year, if you have been preparing for GK, I am sure you must have followed lots of recent happenings. But few major things which you can do in last 1 week would be, few things from various sports. So basically, they ask you major events in a calendar year, or they ask you about various, awards associated with various sports. Or in last few years, my observation is they give you some particular, terms, and they ask you this term is associated to which sport. So, for example, they can ask you hit wicket is a term, it's associated to which sport. So you should be aware of about all those things. At the same time, we have seen that farm dogs are being in trends in recent past. So they may ask you about let's say essential commodity law. So they may not direct ask you question on this, but they can ask you what was the history of this particular thing. At the same time, they ask questions about books and authors. So it won't take you much time to go through those things. At the same time, in TISS we have a trend where they ask major schemes. So recently we have COVID, where Indian government came up with lots of new schemes. So you should just quickly have a look at these things. So I would say these are the basic 20% things which I expect.
Nikhil, you have really given a very comprehensive answer for the question, and I think most of the queries of the students are addressed by this. But before I go ahead, Rohit Sharma, there is a viewer, Rohit Sharma, who is asking about expenditure. Honestly speaking, I haven't any single student who is asking about expense of a particular college getting into that college, particularly the top-notch college, because that's a very basic thing that's available on the website. And even if you have basic reading habit, you can make out what's the living expense in Mumbai city. And on the top of all these things, of course, TISS has one of the best return on investment. right? So I mean, what are you talking about here? We are talking about something which this team can share, which is not available on the website, and you are talking you are asking very basic question which is obviously available on the website. So please don't spam the chat box. You have post your question for 20 times. A team will ban you if you keep doing this. Please guys, and Rohit Sharma, once again, if you're listening to me, please understand the point. It's very obviously available on the website, and you can put your a bit of your own common sense to understand what will be the living expense in heart of the Mumbai, right? Okay, now there are some genuine questions which are coming up. Yeah, is pen and paper allowed in the exam? So of course the answer should be yes, right? Do they provide rough sheets like in other exams?
Yeah. So you need to just carry your pen, I think. At times they will even ask you to keep your pen outside. They will provide it to you. But to be on the safer side, carry a few sheets and a pen of your own, which you can abandon also. So it should not be a really expensive pen.
Right. Okay. Now many students are asking, mainly those who have recently started the preparation, and yeah, so they're asking what is the level of difficulty. So just to tell to all my viewers that we are going to display the set of questions, particularly from GK and from quant and reasoning and verbal. We may not get that much time, but quant and GK, I'll surely give you the questions and you are going to answer them. So please give us some more time. Before that, team, can you just brief us about the complete selection process from here on, particularly after TISSNET? When will the TISSNET be conducted? Any announcement of any timings of the interviews and all? Do you have any idea about that?
Well, not we don't have exact timeline yet, but I would say somewhere in the last week of March or first week, last week of March, I would say, we can expect TISSNET along with OPI.
So at your point of time, I mean, during your time, there was a gap of about a month between TISSNET and TISSNET. Was it so?
No.
No.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Pratiksha, please, if you can help.
In my year, TISSNET and TISSMAT were held on the same day with a gap of around half an hour or so. And after TISSMAT, there was a gap of 1 month before the PIT and PI dates were up. But due to COVID, those things got shifted to a later date.
Okay, right. Okay, fine. So yeah, just want to tell to all my viewers a few things about Unacademy before we go ahead with the question answer round, everyone. So I'm sure all of you are looking forward to the questions and answers. Let me just share my screen. Right. So make sure that all of you have subscribed to this channel. In case if you are new to this channel, this is Unacademy CAT and Unacademy CAT for MBA. We have two channels, and on Unacademy CAT we conduct daily live sessions for all the MBA entrance exam preparation, and you definitely get quality content over here. So all these things are free, so please make maximum use of that. But for that, you make sure that all of you have clicked the subscribe button. And if you are preparing for CAT 2021, definitely you can be part of my Telegram group. So my Telegram group is Unacademy_Ronak Shah. So please quickly join this Telegram group if you are preparing for CAT 2021 or 2022. This is particularly for CAT aspirants. Okay, talking about a little bit more about Unacademy. So we also have structured batches, we have structured courses. You can also go for our subscription plans. Once again, if you are preparing for CAT 21 or 22, definitely you can go for Unacademy subscription. Make sure that all of you have downloaded Unacademy Learning app. In fact, we also conduct TISSNET mocks and TISSNET workshops. We recently conducted that. So what you can do is, when you download the app for the first time, you will require an unlock code. So you can use my code SHAH10 and you can unlock this thing. Okay, and yeah, this you will get 10% discount if you go for subscription right now. So do not forget to use this code SHAH10 and avail that discount. Only when you apply that code, you will get the discount. Right, and some other contests are coming up on Unacademy platform. So one of them is Unacademy Champions League and the other is Unacademy Combat. Every Sunday we conduct a contest called Unacademy Combat where you stand a chance to win amazing prizes. So please explore that and keep taking advantage of that. So team, shall we go ahead with the question answer? Yep. Yes. Okay. Everyone, all my viewers, can you quickly show us a thumbs up if you are ready for the Q&A? Of course, the first question is displayed, but first show us a thumbs up. Come on, quickly. And yes, towards the end of the course, our team will also give you idea about particularly ODCL program. Okay, so Onkar, Pratiksha and Nikhil, if you can just help them about the ODCL program after we have conducted a Q&A round. Yes, come on, everyone. Yeah, show us a thumbs up so that we can get going. Great. Yeah, this is better. Fine. So now you can start typing your answer in the chat box and we'll validate that. Everyone, if you can just type in your answer in the chat box. So this will give you a good idea about the kind of question. This is from previous year. This is a static question from previous year. Yes. Okay, so everyone is saying option D for this question. Let me show you the correct answer. Yes, it is option D. For first question, ISRO is developing which technology for its human spaceflight mission? So it is green propulsion exist, right? Okay, fine. What about this one? Second question. Everyone, please mention your question number along with that. So you can type your answer like this. Question 2. This is second question, by the way, right? So question 2 and then option. Come on, please test your preparation, everyone. This is going to go on for 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I'm going to display about 20 questions. Quickly. Guys, this is question number 2. Please type your answer in the chat box. Team, if you can recollect some question, related to the topic on slide, you can also share it. If, for example, if you can recollect some other question related to our solar system, so maybe you can share it in case if you had faced that during your time. So the correct answer is definitely option D, as many of you have mentioned. So we have very well prepared students. Okay, fine. Third question. Come on, 10 seconds. Third question. Quickly type your answer. Ideally, you should be taking about 10 seconds, not more than that. Take a glance, look at the keywords and tick mark the option. Okay. Third question, please type question number in the chat box, everyone, if possible, because many of you are replying a little late. Make sure that all of you are live. Just touch your screen and check that dot beside the live icon. It should not turn gray. It should be red. Okay, so many of you are saying option C. Let's see the correct answer. And yes, it is option C. Everyone. So please try to remember even this static GK part. Okay, so yeah, before we proceed, guys, just to quickly show you about the Unacademy subscription plans. As I mentioned, if you're planning to retake your CAT in the coming year, definitely you can explore that and you can go for 12 months or 24 months plan. It's inclusive of everything. Okay, you get test series, GDPA prep and everything. Fine. And we also have something called iconic subscription. So in case if your friends or other juniors are looking for that, please tell them about Unacademy as well. Right, fine. So let's go ahead with next question. So this is the fourth question. Yeah, what's your answer for this? Come on, guys. Here is the fourth question. No idea. I hope some of you are not finding it on Google. Yeah. Okay, so now some answers have started flowing in. Okay, Riddhi is saying option A and others are saying option B. Few others are saying option B. What is the correct answer? It's option A. Everyone, it's option A. Right. What about this question? Question number 5. So yeah, team, if you can just in the meantime, if you can tell us what, how did you prepare for this kind of GK? were you, was it through regular reading, or you actually purchased some books or some sources to read that specifically? What is, how did you prepare for GK? You can mention, yeah, Nikhil.
For GK, I would say like what my strategy was. I was not relying on any one source particularly. I constantly used to go through various YouTube channels. At the same time, I used to read competition success review frequently, and the newspaper was something I was following every day, where I used to make notes. So I just won't read that. I used to make that if there are some key events. So date wise, I used to make notes for daily happenings. So the Hindu was what I was reading.
Right.
Constantly.
So let me quickly display the answer for this answer, and then the answer is option D, as many of you have mentioned. It's option D. Yes, Pratiksha, how did you prepare for GK? Was it good at GK? Since the school days, were you like a quiz master during your school days, or you actually developed that particular knowledge base?
So I was, to be frank, I was average in GK, but in preparation for TISS-NET, I developed certain habits which helped me enhance my knowledge in this field. So to add on to what all Nikhil said, I think one handy way is we can make use of the notes option that we have on our mobile phones. It's very difficult to carry notebooks and all wherever we go, but we can always jot down what are the important events or what are the current affairs news that we can take, and then we can just refer to those notes while traveling or while we are at restaurants or at a leisure time.
Yes,
so
I think that's a good
helps me a
strategy.
lot.
Right. You can use technology along with that. Right. We'll come back to you, Omkar. Everyone, please tell me the answer for this question. Sixth one. Come on, type it in the chat box. What's the answer for this? Yes. Come on, guys. Question number 6. Please mention the question number. Some flukes are coming up. And you are free to fluke, guys, because there is no negative marking. So of course, if you don't know something, you will have to take a guess. If it's a thoughtful guess, definitely it would be helpful. Let's see what is the correct answer. It's option B, guys. It's option B. Slightly difficult to remember the exact years, but for future events, definitely you can do it. Right. So I think I'm sure. Now just to quickly display some of the question, and we'll take a different variety of question. Okay, because we had sufficient questions of this one. Right. Now let's go ahead with this. Please try for this question, guys. Let's call it once again question number. This is question number 11, by the way. Come on, please type your answer in the chat box. If you know this, yes, and there will be quant sections, quant questions after this. So yeah, quant is not very difficult, but I'll show you the question. So I have compiled a varieties of question, and they will surely surprise you. So on one hand, you are tackling a geometry question, suddenly there is a probability question, and suddenly there is some small statistics question. So I've seen wide variety in that. Okay, let's check what is the correct answer for this. Yes, it's option B. It's B for Bombay. Right. Okay, what about this one? Question number 12, everyone. I'm still waiting for the answer for question number 12. Yeah, now it has started coming up. So this is not a very difficult question. I mean, everyone should be typing in the answer. Yes, it's a simple question. Of course, it's option B. Isn't that very much in news? Okay. Some books and author. how many questions of books and authors are being asked if you are to, based on your observation? I mean, I'm sure you must have also gone through some previous year papers. So how important is this? Is it like 1 or 2 question, or it comes in good number?
So basically, one. Go ahead, Nikhil.
Yes, one or two, but one thing I would like to emphasize is like there will be questions the normal trend. So every year, that's one of the favorite topics like of TISS question paper setters. So they do ask at least a question from this topic at least.
One question, you were saying about one question. Right. How about you, Pratiksha?
Yeah.
And then Omkar, maybe you can also share your thoughts. Omkar has good reading habit, probably, I know, since he was my student. Right. Yeah, Pratiksha, if you can just share your views.
So for books and authors, there is at least one question every year, and I would like to stress upon this fact that please pay attention to the authors belonging to social categories like SCs, STs and OBCs.
Okay, fine. This is a good point that Pratiksha has mentioned. You can actually focus on Indian authors who are from category, particularly from the backward categories, right? So based on I mean, their books names are being asked, right? So you can just go through that data. This is their observation, of course, right? So let's look at the answer for this question. It's option D, everyone. And many of you have answered it correctly. Few said option B, but that was not correct. Yes, it's option D. Great. So Omkar, how did you prepare for books and author? Any specific strategy that you deployed, or you just use your knowledge base for this question?
So I had a very different outlook for GK because, to be honest, I wasn't the most well-read in terms of GK.
Okay.
What I would do is that my strategy for preparation was just to keep on reading whatever I find. I had these typical books and typical sources that Nikhil already mentioned. So those, of course, I would read. But rather than revising on same topics too much, I would read more different things, because what I realized is that usually the answer is just one word or 2 words, and if you remember that topic, it clicks very easily. Otherwise, you don't know it anyway. So it is better to keep on knowing different things. Also, what I realized is that if you don't know a particular area, doesn't mean that you can't answer the question of that area.
Okay.
Because many a times what happens is that there is a lot of correlation. So while going at the preparation, don't expect that this is the question that will come in the paper, but there can be something related to this that might come and you might be able to solve that. So there is a deduction that you can use to answer GK questions to a certain extent also.
I think what you're talking about is the power of subconscious mind, that sometimes the data gets stored in the back of your mind. You may not consciously remember that, but if you have read somewhere, the guesswork would be correct, because your mind suggests you that okay, this should be the answer, right? Okay, fine. Everyone, chalo, 15th question. Come on, quickly. This book is written by, guys, you can also do the guesswork. I mean, you may not have heard of that, but still, in case if you have read somewhere, just see whether your guesswork goes right. And in how many questions does your guesswork come right? This is what you can actually test. Fine, so here is the answer. It's option A. Yeah, it's option A. Right. So, and there are a few more books. So let me quickly display the answer option. So 3 Decades in Parliament, A.B. Vajpayee, and Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. So this is the author, and No Full Stop in India. Guys, can you tell me the answer for this question? Everyone, if you can just guess, or if you have read, what is the answer for this question? Come on, type it in the chat box. And then we'll take up some quant question, and of course the team will also share their strategy, how they tackle the quant section, because you can't afford to spend so much time. Okay, so let me show you the correct answer. It's option D. Okay. So there is one query from Tanmay. Tanmay is asking this thing. I have a doubt about the admit card. TISSMAT is not mentioned in the admit card. Only the TISSNET exam is scheduled. Please clear the confusion. See, students are still confused whether they are going to have the TISSMAT exam on the same day or it will be after a few days. So
this time it's gonna be on different day. So that's the reason at present you don't have TISSMAT written on your admit card. So you will appear for TISSNET first, and that would be qualifying test this time. So those who qualify TISSNET, they will get opportunity to appear for TISSMAT and online.
Right, so only if you qualify TISSNET, you will get an opportunity to appear for TISSMAT for that respective program. Right, TISSMAT is not compulsory for all the programs. Is that correct? Or it has been made mandatory now for all the programs?
So TISSMAT is only mandatory for those who have applied for HRM, LR and ODCM course.
Okay.
So the rest others who didn't opt for these two courses, they have to apply for TISSPAT once they qualify TISSNET exam.
What is that exam? It is TISS?
TISSPAT.
PAT.
Yeah.
For which courses?
For rest other every other course apart from HRM and LR and ODCL.
Okay,
so,
fine.
Apart from these two courses, for rest other course you have to appear for TISSPAT.
Right. Okay. So guys, let me quickly display the answer for this question and some more questions. Okay, these are the answers. Right. Yeah. So now let's go ahead with some quant question. But before we go ahead with the quant question, just want to tell something to my viewers. Everyone, so we have there's regular sessions going on, daily live sessions on our channel Unacademy CAT. So once again, if you are preparing for CAT 2021 or TISSNET 2022 and so on and so forth, definitely what you can do is you can join my Telegram group. The link has been provided in the description, and you can attend our daily live sessions on Unacademy YouTube channel as well as on Unacademy Learning app. So please make a point that all of you have downloaded this Unacademy Learning app, and in case if you are downloading it for the first time, you can unlock it using my code CHARTED and you can continue learning. Apart from that, you can also go for our regular courses. These are called plus batches. So if you want more information about that, you can definitely write me on my Telegram ID. It's RONAK_live. So you can connect with me through my Telegram ID. Okay, yes, so let's go ahead with some quant questions. Now, before we go ahead with quant question, I just want my guests to the team to tell our students a strategy for quant. So yes, Omkar, Pratiksha and Nikhil, if you can just share your strategy for quant. How did you prepare for quant, and what is your advice to the students for quant section?
Well, so regarding quant section, again, I will advise like looking at timeline, the 1 week what we had. So when we talk about TISSNET, they majorly focus on 4 areas. So arithmetic is one, another is number system, where they especially focus on Mendel theorems and questions based on LCM and HCF. And a couple of questions you may expect from geometry. And in previous few years, I see a trend where they are asking questions from trigonometry as well. Trigonometry and probability are big. So my advice would be, so the question in the levels of questions are very easy when you talk about especially math in TISSNET. So I just went for I just solved one book, and most of the questions will be formula based. So you need not have to when I talk about geometry also. So you need not have to worry if you are not thorough with all the theorems so well, because application based questions you might not expect, there won't be much questions. So if you are thorough with the formulas, these would be very straightforward questions.
Right. So Nikhil, Nikhil, let me ask Omkar, being a non-engineer, Omkar, how did you tackle the quant section? Because quant is not the strength of non-engineers most of the time. So what was your strategy, Omkar?
So first I would like to just share that it is an easy level quant, and the most important thing that people miss while sitting, especially for TISSNET, is that they know a lot of quant. Just because they might have not prepared to the best extent for TISSNet doesn't mean that they won't be able to solve the quant in TISSNet. So my suggestion would be to give it with a fighting spirit, if nothing else. So even if you know zero quant, if you have prepared zero quant, you can directly go into TISSNet and try your best, and you will be able to solve at least half of the questions. So that is one advice that I would give. In terms of preparation, if you have prepared even with medium intensity for CAT, you will be able to handle almost any question that TISSNet throws at you. Even if you haven't, TISSNet questions are usually of even lesser than 10th grade difficulty.
Right, there is a viewer who is asking 6th grade के questions भी पूछते हैं क्या? Yes, अर्पण 6th grade का question भी आ सकता है.
TISSNet is a completely speed-based test. The game is in doing it as quick as possible and moving to the next one.
Okay. Yes, Pratiksha, you were saying something.
Ronak, I have advice for like engineers who are applying for TISSNet. So basically, usually when you ask for strategy, how to go about TISSNet, so many people will say you that you start from GK because that will give you an leverage and in terms of time. But my strategy was very different. I was quite comfortable with mathematics. So how I applied for this exam, like attempted, was I started with math section. Which rather than going for GK, it gave me confidence. So initially when I solved those 30 questions, I was able to solve around 27, 28 questions. So which give me a very good beginning. And as we say that, when built done is half done. So if you are confident with maths, then you need not just go with that mindset that you have to start your exam with GK section. So that's what my strategy was. So I just wanted to share that.
Right. So that is what the experts are saying, that you should start with the area where you are strong, whether it's GK or quant or verbal, whatever you are strong at, start with that area and get the leverage at the beginning so that you are relieved from the pressure. Right. Okay, fine. So everyone get ready and let's try for these questions. I'll give you the question. I'll give you about 40 seconds time for some of the question. Of course, this is very easy, but still I'll give you 40-second time. So let's start with question number 1. Now type your answer in the chat box. I'm sure most of you must have solved this question. Please tell me what's the answer for this question. Everyone, let's have a quick fire round. Yes, we will also tell you about the verbal section. So maybe Pratiksha or Omkar will, if you can just tell them about verbal section once the quant part is over, because students are also asking what kind of question should we focus for verbal. Is it vocabulary based, grammar based, critical reasoning based, or RC? What should we focus? So we'll discuss about that, viewers. First, quickly type the answer for this. Yes, the answer is option C. Very simple. You can easily make out the numbers are divisible by 8. And 8 has to be the highest common factor. Right. Chalo. What's the answer for this? Not many students will answer this question. 45 seconds. Let me see. Come on, guys. This is a good question from one of the previous year test papers. Yes, description writing in TISSNet. So guys, you can ask those questions once the quant part is over. We'll discuss about the verbal strategy, verbal section strategy, and then we'll talk about TISSNet as well. So please park your questions, but quickly answer this question first. So you can just mention your option, Jagrati. No need to mention the complete answer. Just mention the option. Okay. Right. So now the time is over. The correct answer is definitely option A. How did you get that? So I'll help you with this because I'm a quant and LRDA trainer at Unacademy, so I can help you with this. Our GK expert is not present today, but yes, GK answers I have already displayed. So guys, here what you can do is you can just draw a diagonal. Right, there is a rectangle which is being formed. Okay, so you can just draw a diagonal, and you know that this diagonal is nothing but the radius of the quarter circle, which is known as 4 plus 4, 8. So this is 8, this is 4, so this has to be 4 root 3. So this is how you need to quickly get the answer. If you get confused in this part, you are gone. So yes, answer is option A. Let's go ahead with one more question. Yeah, please try for this question. Question number 2. Enter your answer in the chat box. Yeah, so how many of this nature questions have you seen in the past? Because I saw this question in one of the TISS paper. Yes, Pratiksha, if you can tell me, I mean, do they ask questions from statistics? It's a bit of statistics question.
Sometimes yes, sometimes yes.
Mean, median, mode, this topics, it's better to be well versed with that.
Usually one can expect 1 or 2 questions from statistics.
1 or 2 questions from statistics. So it can be frequency distribution like this one. It can be quartile, decile, or it can be even mean, median.
Normally, I have seen questions from mean, median, mode.
Median, mode, right?
Yes.
So these are the statistics areas that you should focus. Mean is nothing but simple average, right? Okay, guys, the answer will be option B. The answer is option B. So what is this percent frequencies of all class intervals? How do we find it? So guys, this is the formula that you can use. Percent frequency is frequency divided by total number of results into 100. For example, say there are some values, the frequency of those values, say let's call those categories as A, B, C, D, E. Right, you have 5 values of category A or class A, 6 values of category B, and so on and so forth. So this 5, 6, 3, 8, 10 are nothing but frequencies. These are called frequencies. If you look at sum of frequencies will come out to be 32, right? And you can calculate percentage frequency for each of this class, and then if you add them, it will come out to be 100 only. So please check this question. In case if you're not aware about this, you can definitely, after the session, you can once again come back to this slide, this particular video, and you can explore it a little further. So I hope all of you are clear. Can you quickly show me a thumbs up, everyone, if you are good to go for the next question? Come on, everyone. Yes, great, thank you. Let's go ahead. Okay, so yeah, guys, once again, just to quickly tell you about Unacademy subscription. So if you are preparing for CAT 2021 or TISSNET 2022, definitely you can go for Unacademy subscription. Like, rather than going for regular offline classes, you can go for online courses of Unacademy. These are live sessions happening in regular batches. So there are nominal prices for the subscription. You can go for plus or iconic subscription. Now, what is the iconic subscription? So in iconic subscription, you get this benefits extra. Let me show you the benefits. So you get personal mentor in the iconic subscription who helps you prepare your study plan, who helps you in analyzing your strengths and weaknesses, and guides you for GDPI, profile building, and even for other management entrance exams. So these are some really amazing plan of Unacademy. Please explore that. In case if you download Unacademy app for the first time, do not forget to unlock it with my code CHAR10. Okay, so here is the next question. Right. So please answer this question. I think you should not take more than 30 seconds for this. 30 seconds, guys, for this 4th question. Come on, everyone. What will be the answer for this? How many 2-digit prime numbers can be formed using digit 2, 5, 7? Can you form any of the 2-digit prime number? Now, many students have seen, yeah, many students consider 57 as prime for some reason. I don't know why. 57 is not prime, guys. Please be careful. So it has to be 0. It has to be answer option D. Okay. Yes. Fine. Chalo. Please try for this question, everyone. Again, 45 seconds for this one. 45 seconds for this question number 5. Come on, quickly hit the chat box with your answer. So yeah, if you can just tell me, Nikhil, how much time did you spend for a quant section? You said you attempted 27 questions. So how much time did you spend?
So my target was to invest 25 minutes.
25 minutes. Okay. How about you, Pratiksha? If you can recollect faintly about your quant section attempt.
So I had kept a 30-minute time limit for quant section, and I was well within the time limit, so I got time for other sections as well.
Great. And how about you, Omkar?
So what I did was I prioritized the question. I did my verbal first, and with that I was, I covered a lot of time because it was very easy for me.
Okay.
Then I went for GK, and then I kept quant because I thought that I'd take some time to do calculations for quant. But finally, I was left with 15 minutes even after I covered all 100 questions.
Okay.
So I would suggest that you should take the one that you are very strong at, create a time advantage. Ideally you should give 1 minute per question rationally for everything. But then I did each verbal question in, let us say, 10 seconds. So I save a lot of time, and then I allocate that time to the weaker sections. And if I have time left in the end, I can go through some of the more difficult GK sections to apply a little bit of deduction if I can solve 1 or 2 extra questions that way.
Okay. Right. So I think, yeah, once again, if you are good at quant, definitely you can begin with that, but you should not spend more than 25 minutes if you are good at that. Okay. Right. Come on, let's try for this. Very simple question, should not take more than 20 seconds for you to figure out this thing. 20 seconds should be the time for this one. What's the answer for this? Please do not forget to mention the question number before you answer. Okay, I think there is some issue with the answer. Let's check, guys. What they are saying is initial speed was S, then you are taking T time. If it becomes S by 4, then of course your time will become 40, right? So time will become definitely 40. So how much extra time are you taking? You are taking 30 minutes extra time, and that is 60 minutes. That is 60 minutes, right? Because you are taking 60 minutes extra. So what should be the value of T? So value of T should be 20 minutes. Yeah, so it's there. Yeah, answer should be option B. Everyone, have you all understood? Quickly show me a thumbs up. See, once again, you know that speed is inversely proportional to time. So if speed goes up, time has to go down. If speed becomes 1/4, definitely the time taken will become 4 times. So earlier if it was T, now it is 40. So difference is 3T, which is the extra time, 60 minutes. So T has to be 20 minutes. This is how the calculation should happen. Okay, right. They were asking about original time. So I have added that word originality. Okay, right. Great. Chalo, let's go to the next part. One more question. Very nice question. Yeah. What is the units digit of this number? Now see, either you are good at this or you don't know. There can be only two things. Well, answer has to be in about 10 to 12 seconds if you are good at quant. Not even 10 seconds. I'm sure Nikhil was smiling. Matlab he has answer in the mind.
So remainder theorem is something like definitely there will be question.
There will be question. Some question related to remainders, is it? It can be HCF, LCM, divisibility, remainders, any of this. Right. Okay. Let's see, guys. Of course, not a very difficult question. So you should know the cyclicity for digit 3. You know, we call it power cycle. So 3 raised to 1. In case if you don't know, you can learn it right away, guys. 3 raised to 1, last digit will be 3. 3 raised to 2, last digit will be 9. 3 raised to 3, last digit will be 7, 27. So last digit will be 27. And 3 raised to 4, last digit will be 1. Now since you have got 3 raised to 4, last digit 1, so definitely 3 raised to 5 is nothing but 3 raised to 4 into 3. So last digit will be once again, it will be same as 3 raised to 1. So 3 raised to 5 will be over here, 3 raised to 6, 3 raised to 7, and so on and so forth. The cycle will keep going on. Right. So if I ask you what is 13 raised to 13, acha, for 13 raised to 13, when you want to find out last digit, you really don't need to look at tens, hundreds and all those digits. You just need to focus the units digit and the power, right? So straight away you can make out in the cycle 3 raised to 13 will come somewhere over here, because this power is 1 more than the multiple of 4. All the powers which are multiple of 4 will land over here. All the powers which are 1 more than multiple of 4 will come over here. Have you all understood this, guys? This is nothing but power cycle. So there is a cyclicity for each digit. You just need to remember them. So just to add some more information on this, guys, please remember this table. For cyclicity, you can simply remember this table, or you can just remember this point. I'll give you table later on, but you can remember digits 0, 1, 5, 6 have cyclicity of 1. That means if you find last digit of any number as 0, 1, 5, 6, you raise them to any power, the last digit will be same. Same way, digit 4 and 9 have cyclicity of 2. Digits 2, 3, 7, 8 have cyclicity of 4. And in fact, this is the reason why they do not appear. This digit 2, 3, 7, 8 do not appear at the end of any of the perfect square numbers. So, these are certain points that you can remember, and it may become very handy in any of this exam. Okay, I request all my viewers, if you are enjoying this session, do not forget to press the like button and please share it with all your friends so that even they can be benefited. But yes, let's have at least 100 likes, guys. All the students have taken their time. I mean, our guests have taken their time from their busy schedule to help you address your queries. So definitely you can thank them by showing maximum likes, everyone. Right, chalo, let's go to the next question. Right, what's your answer for this? Come on, it's a simple series question. A simple series question, but please be careful with the series and coding decoding question. Sometimes you take it too personally and you may end up spending 2-3 minutes in that. So don't do it. In case if a tricky series comes, you will have to learn to leave them. For example, this is, I guess, question number 8. Let's call it question number 8. Okay. And after that, I'm giving you one more question. So please type your answer for this question, and then yeah, you can tell me what will be the answer for this series, everyone. Yeah, what will be the answer for this series? So you need to tell me next 3 digits in this series. Please tell me the next 3 digits in this series. Type your answer in the chat box after answering question number 8. Yeah, so many of you are saying option B. Are you sure, all of you? Let's see. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so now try for this question, everyone. By the way, what's the pattern for this question? Can you just mention the pattern if you have cracked it? Mention the pattern as well. What is the pattern that you see over here? Yeah, why are you saying it's B? What is the pattern? Are you able to decode the pattern? Because there are many students who are not able to figure out the answer. So guys, the pattern is this one: 1 into 2, 3 into 4, 5 into 6, 7 into 8, so 9 into 10, and this is 11 into 12. Definitely you will have to be good at numbers to crack this one. Yes. Acha, there is one more pattern that someone has come up with. 1 raised to 2 plus 1. 3 raised to 2 plus 3. No, I think Janisha, if you can just check your answer, that's not correct. That pattern doesn't satisfy. This is the pattern, guys. Is there any other pattern that is coming to your mind? Nikhil, if you can just help them. Any other pattern that you'd like to mention?
So I see the double, like when we go for second difference, that's coming.
Okay. Second level difference. Okay, so guys, whenever you come across such question, you can also look at the second level difference. Now let's understand what is the second level difference, and then we'll come back to this question. So let's discuss about this 8.1 after a few minutes. Nikhil is talking about a different pattern: 2, 12, 30, 56, and so on and so forth. So let's look at the second level difference. Just a moment. Yeah, it's coming out to be 10, then it is coming out to be 18, then it is 28, and so on and so forth. So this difference comes out to be 8, 10. So this has to be 12. So if we add this one, 28 plus 12, it will come out to be what? 40. But 56 plus 40, I think that doesn't gel.
I guess.
So this looks correct, but it's not going. Yeah. Okay, Arpan is Arpan is saying another pattern. Okay, let's see whether that works or not. He's saying square of the odd number plus odd numbers. Guys, in the series question, you will find many patterns. Okay, for example, see, Arpan has mentioned one more pattern. 2 is nothing but 1 square plus 1. Okay. Then 12 is nothing but 3 square plus 1. Then 30 is nothing but 3 square plus 3. This is 5 square plus 5. 56 is nothing but 7 square plus 7. Because mathematically they are one and same. N into n plus 1 karo, yeah, n square plus n karo, it's one and same. So this is also pattern. Right, everyone? Yeah, great. Now what about question 8.1? Okay, Janisha, but probably you mentioned something else. Right, okay. Guys, what about this one? What about this question? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 3. Which will be the next 2 digits? Can you think of? Now see, this is what I want to show you, that it's not necessary that you should try for every question. I mean, for a longer duration. By looking at this question, if you're not getting any clue in first 10 seconds, guys, you will have to move on. Because even if you give another 20-30 seconds, probably you will not get the clue, or even if a minute. In series, mostly you will get your thought in first 10-12 seconds. So any answer for this question? Okay, so guys, the pattern over here is, something like this. Now let's see. Has it become simple? Everyone, has it become simple? What is the difference? 11, 23, 12. Difference 24, 36, 48. So it should be 60. So 131 plus 60, it should be 191. These are the 3 digits. Are you getting this point? Right. So I hope all of you have understood that part as well. Okay, let's have some more question quickly, and then we'll discuss about verbal section. So everyone, yeah, please try for this. Come on. What's the answer for this? So this is what happens. The questions are very easy. On one end, you are solving numbers questions. Suddenly you are thrown a permutation, combination, or a probability question. And you should be able to, if you are good at permutation, combination, probability, I mean, question like this based on combination should be tackled in about 40 to 45 seconds. I'm not saying solve it in 20-30 seconds, but at least in 40 to 45 seconds. Now here in questions like this, guys, always observe the last digit. Observe the last digit. If last digits are different, do not waste your time in solving it completely. You can also use concept of digit sum. For the multiplication that you are getting, check for the digital sum, not digit sum, digital sum. Right? So digital sum will become very handy. If you want, you can watch a video which I have released. It's available in the playlist. Go to the basics of mathematics playlist, basics of quants for non-engineers, and in that you will find a video called digital sum. Please check that. It would be really helpful for getting quick answers. Yes, so answer for this question has to be 756. Why? Because the total number of ways over here will be simply like this. You need to select 5 members, 7 men, 6 women, right? So 7 men, 6 women, and you need to select 5 members such that at least 3 men are there. So there can be 3 men and 2 women, or 4 men and 1 woman, or all 5 men. As simple as that. So number of ways will be 7C3 into 6C2. Now you should be very fast at this calculation. 7C3, 7 into 6 into 5 divided by 3 factorial. So it should be straight away 35. 6C2, you should remember it's 15. Same way, 7C4. Now guys, please understand 7C3 and 7C4 are one and same. NCR equal to NCN minus R. So even this value will be 35 into 6C1, which is 6, right? And plus this 7C5. So 7C5 will be 21, right? Everyone, so this is how you can add 35 into 6 plus 35 into 15 plus 21. It will come out to be 756. Yes. Okay, fine. Guys, what's the answer for this? Very simple question. What is the smallest Roman numeral? Even this kind of question may come. Which is the smallest Roman numeral? Everyone. Out of the given numeral, which is the smallest Roman numeral? Churchit is saying Excel. Of course, it has to be, guys. Just a moment. Just a second. Yeah, Nikhil, do you agree with this answer? Shouldn't it be X? Definitely, this is more than we are asked smallest. Right?
Even
The answer is C.
C, yes. That's
Okay,
9,
sorry,
right?
this is 9. Yeah. Guys, yeah, it is IX. Okay, fine. So this is the smallest Roman numeral. Fine. Okay, so yeah. Guys, just before we go ahead, so on plus, when you are on Unacademy platform, there is a new feature that Unacademy has launched. You can actually upload your doubts when you're solving such questions. If you have any doubt, you can just take a screenshot of that and you can upload it, and within 4 hours you get the video solution of that. Okay, so it's a 24/7 doubt solving that's what you get. So yeah, keep learning on Unacademy platform. So now there are many other questions that we could have tackled, but due to the time constraint, we are skipping them. Can you answer this question, guys? Just one last question. Right. Guys, what's the answer? Correct. It has to be option A, right? I mean, you can make out when you simplify this thing. So you will get 2A equal to 0. So A equal to 0 in case if you're not aware. So very simple questions are being asked, mean, median, mode and all, right? So yeah, guys, some more questions. Yeah, Nikhil, you were saying something.
If you have the numbers questions, like my advice would be at times you can use options as well. So you can substitute options in the variables, and it makes your life easier. Like just by substituting options, you can check which option is correct answer.
Right. Okay. Fine. So same way, guys, probability question. So answer for this one is option B. So you can definitely practice, right? I mean, look at this question, very easy question. Basics of surge indice. 3 raised to minus 3 is of course 1 by 27. I'm sure all of you would be aware, right? So it has to be option D. Okay, so yeah, I think this is what we wanted you to show, that this kind of question comes. I mean, look at this one, angles made by clock. So minute displacement is 6 degree per minute. So it will be 108. Of course, you should leave such question. Do not waste your time in counting triangles over here. Okay, unless you do not have anything to do in the paper. So,
not leave, mark and leave.
Acha, okay, mark and leave, right? Leave in the sense without wasting time. Yeah, great, correct. So yes. Leave in the sense, guys, do not forget to mark it. There is no negative marking.
So I just have an advice over here. Sometimes what people do in TISSNet is that, if you don't know an answer, you leave it and you say that you will solve it later. While you might have time and come and solve it later, I suggest you still mark it anyway. Mark something, and then if you have time left, then you come back to it and then solve it.
Yes, I think that's correct. So it's better to mark it there itself. That is what you are saying, right, Omkar?
Yeah, because later you won't find time to mark even 5 or 10 10 questions.
Right. It's a very short exam. Okay. And I'm sure this year they had similar experience even in Snap, which was like 60 minutes, 60 question. So they have already experienced that thing, what happens. Many students couldn't even see 10 questions. Right. So guys, keep doing all these questions. We wanted to discuss all those. Now, before we go ahead, Omkar and Pratiksha, if you can just share the verbal strategy for the students, the important topics for verbal section, because many students are asking for that.
So for verbal, the difficulty level is usually from easy to moderate, and one should brush up their vocabulary and grammar skills for the verbal section. So you can find questions from odd one out, or from parajumbles, or from reading comprehension. You can also find questions from sentence formation, synonyms and antonyms. So these are the types of questions that one can find in the verbal section of TISS-NET.
Okay, and can you also help us, because you have scored very well in TISS-MAT also. So what kind of question should they prepare? It is being said that they'll get data interpretation based question and business scenario. Is that correct?
For TISS-MAT?
TISS-MAT, correct. And yes, a student is also asking about TISS-PAT. So if you have an idea, or maybe other team members have an idea, please tell them about TISS-PAT also. So first, let's talk about TISS-MAT.
For TISS-MAT, the English is basically to judge how you can analyze a market problem sort of thing, or a business problem sort of thing. So so in my year there were RCs which had some business terms and all, and there were reading comprehension questions for those questions. It is basically it is necessary to get yourself acquainted with the business section of the newspaper, so that when you see the RC, you do not get a shock.
Okay, right.
One of the books I'd like to add to this, like what is like Matt, couple of things, like you can look at recent mergers and acquisitions. At the same time, there are questions around taglines of famous brands and CEOs of some prominent organizations. And one thing which I would like to stress, this time there is some changes in TISS-MAT pattern where they have introduced descriptive writing, which was not there last year. So this year students have to take a descriptive writing where they will be typing, a essay on any business topic, most probably. So that is something which is new addition. And regarding TISS-PAT, honestly, I would say we don't have much idea about it, because this is for the first time that this TISS-PAT like it's being introduced. So we don't have any data from previous year, like how it went. About this MAT, definitely we can talk a bit, because our juniors were the first batch who took that exam. But definitely there is some change in terms of descriptive writing, which is new addition.
Right. Omkar, do you have any insights about this TISS-PAT exam?
No,
No,
really.
it's happening for the first time. So you will have to be ready for the surprise. Now there is one gentleman, Shubham Kadu. So Shubham and all others, all those who are non-engineers, if you are struggling with maths, guys, why don't you join me every day from Monday to Friday in the afternoon 2 p.m. where I conduct basics of math session. Of course, you can't expect things to change overnight, but with consistent efforts, if you are trying next year, definitely you will be able to solve it. So please join us on YouTube over here itself on this particular channel every day in the afternoon where I conduct basics of math session. And if you want to watch my previous videos, they are available in the playlist, everyone. So please explore the playlist of this channel, go to Quant section, check for the basics of maths, basics of Quant session. I've released many videos, about 18 to 20 videos. Each of them is about 50 to 60 minutes, and that would really help you understand some quick tricks to tackle quantitative ability part. Okay, so yes, I think that's it as far as this session is concerned, because we have already rushed over our time. So everyone, I'm sure all of you would have enjoyed this session. Before I wind up, once again, I just want to tell you this thing quickly, that you can download our Unacademy Learning app and you can continue learning over there as well. Do not forget to enter my code over there. You can also go for subscription using the same code CHAR10, especially if you are preparing, planning to take up 1 year's gap or so, or if you're preparing for CAT 2021. In the subscription, along with the preparation and all, you will get my personal guidance. So come and join me. If you have any query, you can directly contact me on my Telegram ID, which is I'll just mention the Telegram ID over here so you can note down that. Sorry. So it is yeah, this is my Telegram ID, RONAK_live. So for any of the query related to Plus subscription, you can ping me over here. And for any other general query, you can find my Telegram group link in the description and you can post it on the group. Our experts would be help you out for that. Don't forget to like this session and please spread it with your share it with your friends. I would like to once again thank all the guests who spared their time from the busy schedule. Yeah, thanks Omkar, Pratiksha and Nikhil. And I'm sure the viewers would have found the insights given by you very useful. Looking forward to have more such interaction, because next month they'll be gearing up for the interview. I think normally the TISS interview happens slightly late, so if it would be great if you can spare some time and you can just before that interview, if you can come on the channel and we can have some discussion about the interview preparation, because TISS interviews I've heard are slightly different than the regular interview. They judge the thinking of the person on different dimension than just understanding their business acumen and the technical skills and all. I think they try to judge the human side of people. Isn't that true?
True, yeah.
Yeah, so that is where your insights would be required. Otherwise, many good potential students would not be able to clear that interview if they don't understand that perspective. So yeah, Omkar, I'll stay in touch with you and let's take it forward. But once again, thank you for sparing your time, and thanks everyone for joining over here. Keep learning with us, yeah, we are conducting daily live sessions for TISSNAT every day at 11 a.m. in the 11 a.m. So please join us. Mr. Rishikesh Kate is doing those sessions, and you can also be part of that. That's it from this session. Stay tuned for more such session. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.